We're homies.
I just wrote the greatest hip hop song of all time.
For me. So,
it's crazy.
Shouts out to Gary.
Everybody's got their own process of writing books. Steph and I have ours. Mine is really like, you know, I have to hear it or read it, edit it. Steph's creating the framework, coming from all my content, gotta make it my words. This is how I do it. Crush It was much more, you're the coffee king, like I'm the wine king, right? Mm-hmm. So just wanna wanna pound that home all the way through.
In other words, you are the business, like it's not.
You are the business, or you are the CEO of a business that builds brand and it siphons to your business, which is much more me.
Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, there's always been entrepreneurs, right?
Not like this. I mean, I didn't even know the word existed. I'm 16, 17, 19 years old selling baseball cards, doing stuff, and I used the word businessman. That word was terrible. Like, the few times you ever heard it, it was like the rich kid having like a business card, like doing nothing. Like it was like, I'm an entrepreneur. You know what's funny? I've realized why the word was in a bad place. The word's about to go into a bad place again. All these kids that are putting the word entrepreneur in their Instagram profile aren't entrepreneurs. They're wannabe entrepreneurs. The word for some reason gets manifested in a negative way. Hey, hey.
How's it going?
Going really well.
Kyle, nice to meet you,
real
man.
pleasure, man. How are you?
Pleasure to meet you. I'm doing good.
Real pleasure. You smell good.
Thank you. I try. I be showering and shit. What's up? Wow.
So whatever.
That was my favorite book.
Is that right?
Yeah, growing up, that was. I would always, every time we had a chance to choose some shit to read, like in elementary school, I'm picking that every time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
And then I was just like, let's just, we're like, let's just put out a song a month and just see what happens. One a month. Let's just keep going. Rapid fire. We have
It's
nothing
just so
to lose.
fucking crazy. It's document over creating. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's just volume. Like if you're good enough, it will happen. Like you flat out wouldn't have made it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like chance. Like I mean it. Like
yeah.
It was just too many gatekeepers, and now the market's the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
The internet's the middleman, and now what's holding people back is they're using the old model. Right? They think they got to put out an album every 3 years. They need to be putting out a fucking song every day. Now, you may not be good enough to put out a song every day, but if you're good enough to put a song out every other day, then that's what you do. And if you're not good enough to do that, you put out a song every 3 days. And if you're not good at that, but whatever it is, you got to put out those songs. Do you know Prince's 7 best songs of all time never made it to the world?
Oh, really?
Well, no, I don't know, but I know this. But
yeah.
that's the point. The point is Michael Jackson's 6 biggest hits were like, let's not put that on the album. That's it. It's gone.
Almost, okay, he's the #1 rap song in the country right now, and we almost didn't put it out.
We almost didn't put it out.
No, but honestly, the thing that was interesting for me,
No, really, that's it.
And
the thing that I'm gonna tell my grandkids that changes their lives might have just happened here, but if I didn't have D-Rock, it would have never happened.
Yeah. Okay, that completely makes sense.
Like the 7 best things Martin Luther King said, the 19 most clever things that Muhammad Ali said, the thing that Madonna thought about how she was gonna build her brand, all lost in time. Lost in time, lost in time. And is it weird as fuck to have 2 human beings in a room to be filming? Yes, but that's only weird now. Because guess what? There's gonna be 4 people in here filming in 2 years, and it's just the way it is. Just as weird as fucking taking a selfie on every single occasion. Like, people didn't take pictures of their food 20 years ago. Seems super normal now.
Yeah.
It's real cool, man. I love it.
Yeah,
you know what makes me happy? It makes me optimistic. Makes me feel like we've never lived in a world where the truth is won more, and it's the internet. People are gonna blame the internet for so much bad. It's so good.
Yeah.
It allows the truth. Like, guess what? There's a bunch of kids that are gonna watch this vlog, right? Bunch of little Kyles, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna put out 365 songs. They're gonna watch this. This is a good moment. They're gonna put out 365 songs for 4 years in a row, and nothing is gonna happen because they weren't good enough.
Yeah.
It's not that everybody gets to win. It's just that the winners get to win.
Damn. Very true, son.
But like if
right.
you sat, you know, listen. People sit there and see their contemporaries go, and you felt it. You felt like, damn, I should be there. And now the internet's the answer. SoundCloud's the answer. Spotify's the answer. iTunes the answer. Vlogs are the answer. DMing me, D-Rock on Instagram to get your song on DailyVee is the answer. Every single rapper, every single artist should literally DM and email and message every single vlogger that has 100,000 views per video in the world and give them free music to put in their vlogs.
Yeah. You gotta learn how to pimp the internet.
It's distribution. Now, if the song sucks, nothing's gonna happen. So why didn't you guys almost put out the song?
Well, you know what?
The Yachty?
Strictly because it was strictly.
Yachty was on it already, or you guys had a first one and the Yachty's the remix? So wait, but that's just stupid. I would have fired you. When you have Yachty,
I wanted to put it out. I wanted to put it out.
I was being the artist.
You were being fancy.
Yeah, exactly.
Kyle was being fancy.
Like, oh, you know what? No, like.
Can you do me a favor, Andy? Do me a favor. Can we make a custom shirt for medium or large?
Medium.
Good. Make me a medium shirt, and I want it to say "Stop being fancy," and I'm sending it to him. You know what?
Yeah.
That's what we start doing. Actually, I just made up something. With all my shirts, I'm gonna start making one-offs. One of a kinds with the signature, like part of the line of the shirts I've got, but one-offs. When I feel it, I'm giving you the first one. And it's gonna say, "Stop being fancy."
Yes.
You're gonna wear it once in a while.
To remind myself.
Because it's important. You know why? It's binary. You are just talented. You can't judge yourself. Just put it out.
Yeah.
Let them judge.
Exactly.
You might not like it now. We were just talking. This is Stephanie Land. She helps me ghostwrite my books. We're writing the next book called Crushed It, right? Or Crushing It. We're trying to figure it out. But like, you can't judge it, right? Like, my favorite book is Thank You Economy. Like, I'm fancy about it, but the market took it differently. Maybe they didn't get it, maybe I didn't do a good enough job. I also didn't market it the way I marketed every other book because I was real busy building the foundation of VaynerMedia. But like, I promise you'll put out a song next week and it won't do well.
Yeah.
And like, by your new standards, right? It'll do fine. But you might love it the most 17 years later.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do with it? The fuck was your plan with this song?
Yeah.
You made it. The hell are you gonna do with it? Just keep it on a drive?
Nah, you gotta put that shit out. And you know that you make a good point because I feel like even back then, I think the only thing keeping me from
putting it out.
Reaching success, or not even
back in the day.
Sorry, back in the day, or a couple of years ago.
Yeah, back in the day. Back in the day, 2014.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah, exactly. I think the only thing probably keeping me from like that is, you're right, just like content and just like releasing the song. It's like we just released the song. We just put the shit out.
Once you stop worrying about what everybody says for real.
Yeah.
For real. And I mean your friend from around the way, and Jesus, and XXL, and Boyd, and like anybody. Once you actually go there, and you just make a binary decision that I'm an artist, and I believe in my stuff, and it's all my stuff, the good, the bad, and the ugly, then it's game over.
Yeah. No, facts. You're really dropping knowledge. Cause yeah, with that song too, we like I said, we weren't gonna put it out because I wanted to do something that was more like artistic.
Of course.
Or whatever. And you know what? He recommended this one article to me that I read that it was Pharrell, and I feel like I read that right before we started putting out these songs just every month. And Pharrell was just talking about like not being extra attached to your music. He's like, people like love your music, love making music. He was like, but people like see their music as themselves, and so they you know what I'm saying, they're so worried about putting it out, and they always want to make sure that it's a hit, and they're just trying to chase success with it.
You know what's funny?
You make music, people make hits. People determine something as a smash. You just make music, and so just make it.
You know what? I actually fully believe in that, slightly in reverse. I think it's not that you, how'd you say it? Don't get too, what?
Well, don't be like so.
I know what you're basically saying. Right,
song,
so I think it's the reverse. I think it's be so attached to yourself that you know every piece is great.
Yeah.
So I don't create everything and put my life on blast because I'm not worried about it. It's because I'm so bought in that I feel it's all great. It may not do well by people making hits. He's right about that. I don't know what video is gonna necessarily go viral, except once in a while I'm like, this is gonna go viral, and it does. Yeah. But I thought that thing the other day in the car, right? Like for the 55-year-old, like not everything goes, and I don't dwell at it. I don't even think about it. So I think it's actually the reverse, which is like you should really care about it. You should just love all of it and just go.
Yeah.
I also think what's crazy is that people don't think about music like I think about Google. I think you could put out a song next week that doesn't pop, that could really pop 5 years from now. Because some little girl puts it on her Musical.ly, and she just happens to be the #1 person. She stumbled on it because she was laying in her bed thinking of hopscotch. She Googled hopscotch. Your song came up because you put in that lyric. She listens, she loves it, she lips it. You did it in 2018, she made it pop in 2023.
Yeah. That's crazy. But you know what? That's kind of, I'm gonna keep it solid. I know of 2 instances of that kind of happening. You remember the song, talking about fuck me? I'm like, no, fuck that bitch. You remember that
Yeah,
song?
of course.
That song was hella old. That song was like not hella old, not like 10 years old, but it was like years old. And because it was so vineable, fuck that bitch. Like,
yeah, I remember.
It popped again.
I remember.
There was a song called "Don't Drop That Dun Da that I
went crazy. Went crazy.
Don't Drop That Dun Da.
So I got, look, you see my goosebumps?
Yeah.
Because that's, by the way, that was a theory I had forever. And when I saw that happen, I'm like, that's it. Lock it.
Wait,
that's
that bitch or
no,
Dun
Da.
Yeah, Dun Da was it.
Because it went to '5 on the fucking iTunes chart.
Sure. And it was a jerking song back in
Yeah,
2000.
and so when twerking happened, that's what happened.
Yeah,
when twerking went crazy on Vine.
Well, it was, I said, my bad. There was this thing called, remember You're a Jerk? There was this dance craze called jerking.
That.
And it was from the jerking era. Like when I was like 15 going to house parties, we were listening to Don't Drop That Dun Da in there. And then fucking 5 years later, or however many years later, that shit was cracking again. And I was like, this is weird.
And what else is crazy is if you're, and it looks like, look, this is what's just happening with you now. It's like this, you guys, I mean, it's funny. I can't even imagine what's happening now with you guys. Like when you have that moment, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, right? You're just like you're making, like it's just weird. Like
it's weird. I feel like we're more or less just like
walking down the street and hearing your song in somebody's car. I don't even know how. Like I would lose my shit.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
Like speed of content versus
quality. Speed.
Why?
Because quality's subjective.
damn.
Interesting. Yeah.
Speed
Especially
isn't.
with music.
Speed isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's
Damn.
all.
You like his hat?
Bar.
What?
You like his hat? Me too. You?
Yeah.
You? Somebody say no. That's the punchline.
Yeah.
The punchline is you almost didn't put out the song.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah.
Speed.
You know what's so funny? Because now that we have a hit, we're like,
now what, right? Kinda. There's a little bit of that.
Now do we slow down or do we keep going? And here's the thing: is what got us here was doing this one song a month. And
Stay
not all
the
of them
course.
hit.
Stay the course. Now that you got eyes on you, you have to understand they're gonna like it by default.
Yeah.
You put out a song, the song you put out next week, if you put out that song 4 months ago, it would have been a 4. Let's say it's a 4. Let's say that where it's not subjective is the music god. And it comes, because that's the only, like, it's all subjective.
Yeah.
But let's just pretend for fun there's a music god. Yeah. And you put out this song. And she goes 4. It's a 4. She says it's a 4. If it was 4 months ago, you would have put it out, it would have been a 4. But now after this song, it's a 7.
Yeah.
Do you know we force ourselves to like the songs of the people we've decided are the biggest people in the world?
That's the truest shit ever.
Yeah.
That is really true.
Of course it's true, because as we're like all looking at up and coming, when he sends me 8 links of up and comers and I'm just listening, if I don't like it the first time, I don't like it the first time. If it's Drake, I'm like, all right, let me listen to this 15 more times until I figure it out.
Let it grow on you. It'll grow on you.
Put out a lot, ASAP.
Yeah. Damn. All right, mind blown. Shit, we're gonna get on that. They said coming soon.
Like, just put something out.
Yeah.
Do you write?
Yeah.
Or do you like go in and just do it?
No, I'm
You're right. Good.
But
So ready? On a very serious note, the #1 thing you should put out next, this is such a miss by artists, is something just happened. I'll help you. No, I'm coming right back. It just happened.
Yeah.
Write it. They know what you're talking about.
It just happened, yeah.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Like, fucking rhyme some shit with the quote in the high school thing.
Yeah.
Like, tell me why it happened. Because your dad you just wrote the song with me right now.
Yeah.
Tell me about your dad's blind confidence. That it just happened because. All of you just heard me for the first time because that's your next song.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to lose.
You know why?
Wow.
Yes,
wow.
that's how people fall in
something
love.
Just happened. Why did that just happen?
Yeah.
Right about that. Yeah.
Nothing,
Wow.
It's got nothing to lose.
Guys, I would be the biggest artist in the world. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because I just heard it. If your next song is how you got here, That's the story.
Yeah.
Share the story.
That's what everybody's trying to figure out who you are right now.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Damn.
That will be a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You know why I like Drake? Because he told me. That's why I like hip hop. They tell me the stories. Everybody loves the origin story. It's comic books.
How you got here.
That's why comic books are timeless. That's what I want to know. Tell me how you felt salty when all of them popped. And how you're like sitting by the punch bowl crying.
Yeah. Damn. That's really good advice. Thank you.
I think it's a really big idea. I think it's how you make your second song bigger than the first one.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because you've got curiosity, and how you seal it is by backing it up, like the narrative. Like just tell them the truth. The truth always wins. Don't. The key now is to not embellish it.
Yeah.
To just write it as it is. Like I wish my entrepreneurial story had some other stories. I mean, lemonade stands are cool. Like baseball cards are cool. Like Stockboy liquor store, it's cool. Everybody thinks it's cooler now. You think it's cooler now, but it's still not that great. It's like 3 stories. Like. Yeah. But once like.
But now that people care and you're telling it,
it's just cooler because you're like, I did. You know how many kids are like now all about you because of this song, and they're like, yeah, that happened to me too, because it's a real story that happens to real people.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, yeah, you're right. Shit.
Mm-hmm. I know I'm right. I know that this. I know that when you have this moment, the way to explode it is to write the story.
Definitely.
Of how it just happened.
That's what I've been.
You know, like back to like not being an artist, but like listening to enough music. It's like if you come out the gate and just saying you just heard me, but I've been hearing myself the whole time. That's just powerful.
Yeah.
It's very true.
It's so powerful.
Yeah, maybe I can be a rap. Maybe I can. I gotta figure this out. Yeah. But like, right? Like, I think like if I heard that and I know and everybody hears the new one and like that's the opening framework. That's heat. That's real heat.
Yeah.
I just wrote the greatest hip hop song of all time.
For me. So
it's crazy.
Shouts out to Gary, fam.
Yo, thank you so much. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate that so much.
Thank you guys.
Really nice to meet you, man. Take care of yourself, right? Stay well. Sorry, I know it's gonna be a little windy here. I'm getting into a car. I think you and I share DNA, right? The why. The why is because there's no choice, right? The why is I have no choice. It picked you, it picked me, it picked others. High energy, optimistic, ambitious, entrepreneurial, storyteller. You don't really pick the why. The why picks you. And so the insanity is the sanity, right? Like, I don't know, man. It's just who I am. It's what I do. And I just think that I got lucky and blessed with the right circumstances, being an immigrant from the former Soviet Union, growing up in Jersey with the East Coast flavor, picking the wrong New York teams so that I'm always sad and hungry and have a chip on my shoulder. A lot of things have gone in my favor. Going into a client meeting with a client that's we've been working with that's very senior, that this is my first meeting with them, which is always a fun and unusual situation because I'm a character and my team is so great at what they do, and it's always funny when I get introduced into a relationship. As you can imagine, it's either a home run or a home run, or it's not a strikeout anymore because I'm, at a point in my career where I have a lot of empathy. I want everybody to understand, like, VaynerMedia, the customer's right. Like, I'm walking in there and I'm an employee of that, like, I'm servicing she and he is the boss. Like, I feel very bossy for Vayner, but for my clients, they're the boss. I've got passionate points of view that I won't waver on, and that's why they should hire me, and that's why they should work with me, because I'm not gonna yes them for a couple more dollars. I don't need their dollars, but I'm gonna respect the shit out of them, and I know my role. I stay in my lane. When I'm on stage, it's my stage. When I'm in a client meeting, it's their business, and I'm trying to influence what they do because I think I'm great at what I do, and it can help them sell more stuff, achieve more things that they're trying to achieve. But when they say no, or they push back, I don't think they're dumb or they suck. I think they're navigating their business. Would I do that? No, because I always give advice that I believe in. but they're navigating their business. And there's a lot of people at VaynerMedia that need to learn that. Our clients don't not get it, they're just running their shit. And when I say VaynerMedia, I mean everybody who services a business. Every agency, every service provider, like the decision maker is the decision maker. The customer is right because they're right for themselves. Doesn't mean that you have to waver, but it means that you have to respect. And I walk in there with all my confidence, bravado, strategy, and skills, and a whole lot of humility, empathy, and reality all mixed into one. It's good. That was random and good. Meeting went really well. Real progress. Smart people are smart. I love smart clients. Makes it a whole lot better. A lot easier to win. That is a real challenge of being in B2B. You're at the mercy of the decision maker on the other side. When you're in B2C, you go direct to the consumer, and the market is the market. It feels easier and more pure to me. But B2B has been a fun challenge learning as well, where like you're gonna lose on human ridiculousness, where people aren't making decisions in the best interest of the business, which is unusual for me. I know, coming from a family business, that's the only thing that one is trying to do, and it has its own shortcomings, but when it's good, it's good. Get a smart client, you can make a real impact. What they don't understand is that my complete belief, and this is back to a bigger, more theoretical version of if you're in it for cars and fucking watches, you're finished. It's not human to be 100% selfless.
Right. Well, that's
Fuck, do you know the only reason, well that's right, but you know it's the only reason I think I'm so much bigger is I'm so obsessed with my legacy that I'm willing to give it all. I don't need anything I want it all in the afterlife. Right. But in a real way, like I'm obsessed with my legacy. I want it to be all time, which is why I communicate and produce so much and live the way I live day to day, which is what makes everybody like me. It's important. It's how I got here. I couldn't get here without it. I didn't have any other way to get here without having that disproportionate leverage of not caring. I never have about the money. No, it's just, I didn't care about the money when I was making $42,000 a year. That's why I kept paying myself $42,000 a year. If I cared about it, I would have taken it. 2 minutes, right? You know what I mean? And it's important, and it's a fun conversation because it's a very important theme to how somebody actually crushes it. It's the truth of the good. You know, it just is. And there's always those answers. You know, and I feel they're the right answers, that's why they're fun. To be fair, no, not to be fair, it's how I got it. I know how I got it. I also know how much I've left. And it's a very important theme for this. It's a real opportunity. Yeah. You know, off the platform I have now, it's a real opportunity. It's these things, even with the people that know me well, know me the best, know me kind of, it's these conversations that are taking me to my next place. You know? It's cool, right? Yeah. It's an interesting insight that we have to really find here, because I think it takes the people that are cynical, not sure, curious, it gives them what they need to be like, I'm doing this for them. I'm ranting here right now because I know how many people are gonna read this that are gonna be told to read it. They're gonna be like, oh, he's just another one of those guys. And they're gonna hear this, and they're gonna be like, fuck.